Hi stitching friends, this is Heidi, Stitching Faith, back with the Flosstube number 45. Today's date is September 12, 2024. I'm back with the regular Flosstube update. Unfortunately, I was not able to record the second half of my video. I wanted to do it because I want to do sampler September slash autumn stitching, but what happened is I did the sampler September portion, then right after that got busy and I got sick, so by the time I'm recording this I need to do WIP update. I figured it, I'll do WIP update and I'll show more projects that I'm planning to work on, or at least put some stitches on from the autumn collection. And at the end, I was thinking, instead of showing patterns, which I usually do, my shoulders, which I usually do at end of my videos, I thought since it's sampler September and it's fun to go through my past samplers or sampler-ish style stitchings that are not framed, because I realize most of my samplers are framed, and so I don't have a lot of unframed one, but I still have enough. So I thought that's what we'll do. But those last part, you've already seen all of the stitching, so it's gonna be repetitive. So if you want to just see new stitching, new updates, I will let you guys know once I'm gonna go back and revisit my past samplers. Okay, so what I have planned today, I have a lot to show. A viewer last video, a couple of viewers previously have asked, and I have neglected to show Eve, and I also have to show her one of these times because I have been asked about her, the key Nimu. I'll show it with my fancy ladies. I do want to do that, but I'm not gonna put a date, because every time I promise something, even with vacation with our family, if we plan 6 months ahead, something happens. We have to like get up and do it. So anyways, I'm gonna show one of my past frame finishes that a viewer was asking. I have 2 FFOs frame, no, 3. Wow, okay, 3. I have a finish, I have WIPs, I have starts, not a lot of purchase, but a lot of this projects I brought in, or planned kind of things. Anyways, I'm not gonna, instead of talking, I'm just gonna show. And FYI, if I just jump out of nowhere and I'm not editing, is we just had 2 earthquakes today, this morning, from Thousand Oaks. I think was 5.1, and it hit strong, so we're getting aftershocks. So if I suddenly jump or I'm a little bit distracted, is people are checking on me and stuff. They know I'm scared of earthquakes. Had a bad experience. So if I jump suddenly or the video stops, I'm talking, I just stop. No, that's what's going on. If you live in SoCal, Ventura County, hope you guys are doing okay. We had already 2 hits. So far, there's no reports. It just scares people. But we've been having a lot of earthquakes lately. You're not here for that. I thought like it would be fun. Last time I forgot to show my planner. I have the 10-year because I'm lazy. But I'm thinking to do is go to the Staples and see if they can put one of those spiral things and clear plastic to keep it. I'm gonna use for 10 years so it can survive. This is like a paper cover. So anyways, I'm not sure if I showed June my stitching. I did a lot of starts and finishes. June was very good one. July was okay. A lot of did I have a lot of finishes? No, yeah, I did have. So this is July. I've been forgetting to show my calendar. It's not the fanciest. I just put stuff together. August. If I get a sticker from the mail, or I have from the books, like different places, try to give more summary feel. So over here I put on the side, I usually put my starts and finishes. So if I need to reference it, I'm hoping I'll have a 10-year of reference if it doesn't fall apart. That's my worry. So September, we're on September, back to school and everything. So we are all settling in with our schedules and stuff. I don't know how settled in is, but yeah. So old finishes, I'm gonna show, even the frame one I will show later. And I have purchases, couple of them. You know what, I'm just gonna show this. It's kind of related. Where am I putting my phone? It's kind of related to cross stitching. It's decor, but it's not cross stitching. So I'm gonna just show those and put aside because they are right in front of it. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I've been looking for decorative stuff. I have areas that are width of frame cross stitches and stuff. I like to decorate. I like sculptures. I like wooden stuff and a lot of sculptures. So what I found, Hobby Lobby, those two, it's heavy. I'm gonna show one at a time. Vases, they are wooden, but they do match. So I thought, like, you know, if I wanna, with the samplers, I can, like, I have an area, like when you walk in a hallway area, I have a wooden, it's not a drawer, it's some, it has decorative stand, drawer. So on top of it, I'm thinking decorating with these two around my cross stitching. So, but I didn't went for those. I just found them and I thought they were not the price. I paid 50% off. Hobby Lobby, and it's wood. I'm just gonna put them aside because I wanted to show, but I'm like, I have no idea how to show them. Put this over here. Sorry, I'm coming out. Okay, I've been looking for a dough ball, and Hobby Lobby was selling these 50% off. It's a huge one. So what I want to do, I have a wooden table that I'm recording right now. I want to put pillows and stuff, you know, finishes cross stitch, especially like put a centerpiece in the middle, like a tall centerpiece, and around it pillows and stuff. I thought that would be a good decorative item. And yeah, Amazon was selling doubles. They were saying this and that, like I found one $90 and stuff and smaller. So when I saw this, how much is it? 32 minus 50% off. So I got that. Those were my kind of finishing, but it's not totally. Okay, my fully finished. My first fully finished is Lindystitches, Reindeer Games. I like the expressions of those animals. I know it's not my style. Usually I don't stitch cutesy stuff, but sometimes I do want it. So my style, my taste sometimes jumps around, you know, like sometimes I like this, sometimes I like that. So in Reindeer Games, I kept the animal. See, I should have got my scissors. Excuse me. I kept the animals colors, but I changed around here. So I'm gonna show my interpretation of this cutie. So I decided to finish them this way. I don't know if it's their forever place, so I'm not, this is one of my good hoops, but I thought for now, they look awesome here. It's on 32 count, Alien from Extrude Design. Alien from the Moon by Extrude Design, 32 count linen. And I will bring it closer. What you guys gonna notice mostly is this area, there are beads. They were charted as DMC. They are all cross stitches, but I used petite beads for the noses and regular beads for the animals. And I just added one pink bead. It was charted red bead for the cat. So I will bring it closer. I thought like I wanted the red one, but I had the pink one, so I put it there for now just to decorate. But I think later on I might change my mind. I love their expressions. And the beads are from my kits. Like I stitch also Mill Hill kits, and I get a lot of leftover beads from my old kits. So I thought it's a good way to zhuzh it up, I guess. Oh, over here also, I did white beads. Like if I put it this way, you can see it that I also subbed it. I wanted to sub this area too, but I couldn't find the bead that matched to this fur area, so I left it as it is. So yeah, Lindystitches, reindeer games. Oh, this is so cute. Actually, my daughter saw it. She loved it. I put it on my Instagram. A lot of people thought it was interesting and cute. The way I finished it and I stitched it, you know, the beads. Sometimes I like to prairie schooler too. I love prairie schooler, but I like to add a button or a bead or a charm on my projects to make them more, I don't know, interesting, or I don't know, to give a 3D looks. I think that's why I like sometimes doing specialty stitches for that reason. All right, another one, I framed it. Well, I didn't frame it. I took it to a framer. I like to frame it very close to the borders. I don't like to have a space, so it's a personal taste. I like this way. Garden Glade, Kathy Barrick, Garden Glade. So the only thing I left from this pattern was writing. I don't think this was a reproduction sampler, that's why I did it. Although Scarlet Letter has a similar, not exactly, reproduction sampler. There's a rider on top of the donkey. So the style is that era style, but I think it's the designer's interpretation, this one. Stitch Everything by DMC, cold form. And I finished it this year. Garden Glade. I love this color, funky colors for the leaves. And I like more cabiny look kind of frame. That's why I chose this one. I framed another picture with this. Sometimes if I like it, because I go big box frames, they don't have a lot variety as would have like the framer. But because of the cost efficiency and the turnaround, I do go big box stores to frame it. It's stitched on 40 count platinum. I have a hair in my mouth. Platinum linen. So Kathy Berry, Garden Glade, I finished, fully finished. So I hope I'm keeping long enough. And the third one, I was gonna frame it, and I did, was I just didn't want this picture to sit in my under the bed box or whatever. I did frame Maria Verco. This one, what I finished, I subted the fabric from 14 count Aida to a 32 count just regular Zweigart linen. No, excuse me, it's a Richard white linen. Richard off-white linen. And I'll tell you the reason. Richard off-white has more creaminess than Zweigart, even though they're both off-white, but there's a difference. And I wanted to have off-white for this one because it's a sepia. This was no backstitch, 0 backstitch on this. This was a really fast stitch. but I wanted to finish it and frame it. They meant to be framed. And this is a companion piece. Let me show you guys. For Jesus, I stitched it a couple of years ago. The frames, let me see. The frames, they are museum glass, but they still have glare because they are glass. But if you see in real life, you won't realize that it has glass on it. But I wanted to match because they are both Zephyr from the same company. I thought they are really matching pieces. So yeah, I am so glad I have these two framed finished. They were kits, so I used the kit floss. The only thing I changed for both of them, this is also 32 count linen off-white. So this pattern name is Jesus, and this pattern name is Maria. I think it's a Eastern European country. The company is from Verco. Please don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But Amazon does sell them, and I did purchase those two kits from Amazon. I'm not sure the prices, but in one point, the Jesus one, Hobby Lobby was selling on clearance. So they are not out of print charts, I think. I know I'm bringing coffee when I know there might be earthquake or aftershock. Anyways, okay. I have another finish. Yeah, it's not upside down. I thought it was upside down. Blackbird design, birds of a feather. I've been working on it and I'm so happy it's done. Really was my unicorn charts when people were stitching and it was not available. Then designer graciously made it available for stitchers that discovered their designs after a couple, after Flosstube. A lot of people discovered this kind of designs after Flosstube because big box stores, they don't sell designer patterns. So anyways, I stitched this on 40 count linen extrude design. I forgot to bring the card, the name of it, but yeah, with the code for DMC 1/2. Why did I freeze? I freeze. Okay, I'll bring it over. The thing I changed last time I finished the chain stitching, but it was really like that. I tried to make it even, they were not. So I took out the last row. There's 3 rows of chain stitching and I restitched the last one. And for them, I did 2 strands of floss. I thought like to make it, to fill it up. Rest of it is 1/1. The second change was done, this one, bird, I made it blue. It was not my idea. Last year, New Hampshire stitcher Lauren, she did the same. I'm not sure which blue she added, but she did blue and red. I thought it was a pretty good idea, so I copied her idea. And the other thing I added was my initials, and there's no, it was just empty space, so I added 2024. But the numbers, I got it from another, I think, Strawberry Fields booklet. I got the numbers. So I wanted to be Blackbird design numbers and letters. So the numbers got it from that booklet. And that's it, I'm finished. I was trying to finish I wanted to finish, like last video I was saying I'm trying to finish end of the year's couple more stuff, and I was working on one, but unfortunately I did not get to finish it, but hopefully I will soon. Let's put it here. Let me see. Shall we start with the new starts? Let me just do the new starts, then we'll go to the WIPs. oops. New start number 1 is one of my older patterns that finally I decided to start. I have not shown this because July, end of the July, I did this. Did I head up that video? I don't know, I think I didn't because I started after my video. One Nation by Lindystitches, yeah. It says 2010, but I got it probably 2015 or something. 123 Stitch had a sale long time ago. And it was just sitting there because, I don't know, it looked big. And then I was listening, other people were saying, oh, it's a really big pattern. So I kind of got persuaded that it might be too dark, too big and stuff. And I just put it aside. So finally I picked up and I had an AL color. Linen, 36 count, that is the called for. I think it's not the 40, 36 count. The called for is 28 count casual L from Picture This Plus. I have the Edinburgh, which is the 36 count L by Picture This Plus. And the colors I'm choosing from my own stash, whatever I feel like it, because I think you just need red, blue, and white. I use red, blue, and ecru colors for mine because my fabric is really dark fabric. I thought it would work. And also this summer I discovered color and cotton floss, and I thought they were beautiful. So I'll show the flosses afterwards. Everything is new. 1/2. So the blue is a silk. The ecru is a silk sporio silk. And this one is a color and cotton red, hand-dyed silk. No, hand-dyed floss, 1/2, all of them. So the colors I'm using is PR069. This one is the wrong color. I just used the same card. It's an ecru. But I think it looks awesome for the very dark. I don't want a stark white floss on that very dark fabric. And for the red, I decided to use Cherry Cobbler from Color and Cotton. I think it's beautiful color. It's a little bit darker. The light is right now making it look lighter. And yeah, I think I chose a very good combination for it. One Nation, and really long time took me. I'm trying to, this market I only bought with dye needle and thread because I'm collecting it, and one other pattern that I'm gonna start, Annie B's the patriotic autumn pattern that has 2 pumpkins on both sides and a kitty and says a flag. So those are the only things I got. I'm trying to stitch my own stash. I don't know how much I'm doing it good about it, but that's what I'm trying to do. So start number 1. I'll put that aside. What did I start? Yeah, this one. I'm happy to say a couple of my viewers have told me they are starting it too, September. So we started it, Hana Green, 1826. She was the queen of the May. And I'm working with Vicky Clayton silks. It comes like this, so I put it in a floss drops, acrylic one. Doesn't have, compared to other designs, it doesn't have a lot of floss. It's only the green. For the grass you need 2, but yeah, it's manageable. And I had a very tiny start on the September 1st. This time around, I usually don't put these straight borders, but this time around I decided to put it. I thought the pretty pink kind of was completing the border, which is not my regular way of doing it, but I did it. So it's Hana Green, 1826. It's a very pretty pattern. Oh, I want to say this is the fabric. 123 Stitch out of nowhere sends me a message, says, hey, do you still want this fabric? Lenten linen from Lakeside Linen, right? And I was like, what's going on? Why are they offering me Lakeside Linen, you know? And I realized that 2020, I think I did a purchase, and I got this after I paid for it. They were out of stock, so when they got in stock, they gave me the first choice to if I want to repurchase it again. So I did. I didn't even think they're gonna send me. I thought they're gonna refund the money again or not charge it, but I got it. So I thought, what a beautiful way to do it. Lakeside linen, which is very nice linen to work on the Queen of the May. All right. Which one is the new start? It's not a new start. Okay, this is a new start. I picked up, which I've been it's been kitted out for a while with a needle and thread. Gone Batty, and the suggested fabric is 32 count Kermit by Picture This Plus, and the size is 182 by 96. I decided, because I had in my stash, I'm not sure why I had this in my stash, but I had the 36 count Margarita needle bling. So I decided to use this, which is close to Kermit, I think, and start Gone Batty. The color is right there, but I'm gonna get closer. All the colors are from my own stash. This is a Silks For You black silk, and I got this Silks For You variegated orangey pink silk. I changed the colors to 3740, the Lizzie K's favorite color that she uses a lot. Do I have it here? I put it back already. 3740 is the violet color, because for the cat I'm using black, even though the call for color is not black for the cat, it's black for the bats, but all the cat and the bats I'm doing black. I know it shows a little bit the fabric behind because I'm doing 1/2, 36 count, but I tried 2/2 like the eyes I did it. I think it doesn't look, my stitches don't look clean, neat, and I don't mind the back doesn't look neat, but the front I like it to have the lines look crisp. Just a preference. So yeah, I'm using all my own colors, hand-dyed flosses, but from my own stash. This is a small one. I'm not sure why it took me so long to start, especially something this adorable, because I think I am a hair seasonal stitcher. So you can see all the stitching. If I have mistakes, you'll see that too. See, it shows the green a little bit, but it's more, I think it's more, it feels more like primitive. So I am okay with that. I have not finished yet. I have another start. I have the frame because I'm using this hoop. It fits entirely, but I took it out of the hoop just for you guys. And I started it. I was in a funny, funky animal stitching mood after I finished the reindeer games. I picked up Geraldine flowers. And you're gonna laugh, but the reason I picked up Geraldine flowers is because of the pattern name. I love that name that author gave it to the design. I want to somehow put the Geraldine somewhere. It's just funny. She is adorable. So we live in SoCal. We have bears in mountain area, but if you go up the woods and stuff, where we were vacationing this winter vacation, we have brown bears, black bears. Now I'm embarrassing myself. California has a lot of bears, that area. The woods, actually, that cabin we were renting, they had so many signs to be aware of the bears. And actually one night they did, because there are acorn trees all over the place. Acorn trees, yeah. And we heard noises and stuff, and the owner said that it's very common. Bears come and graze around there and stuff. So at night we have to be careful, close the doors, because that cabin, actually, we were told twice bears got in. They are very smart, and if you leave a trash out, they'll come. So Geraldine, I don't know, maybe that she reminded me of that good experience or anything, but this is a fun stitch. And it took me a minute to stop. I could have stitched all the way, but I'm like, okay, I need to work on other stuff. The other thing is, I counted wrong over here. I did 3 and 3, but it needs to be 3 and 4, like 4 motifs similar like this, and 3. So I stitched it this way. I had to take out, I don't know if this is my fragging part, kind of, you can see it. I had to take it out and re-stitch this part. It's all called for except the block. I'm using the 6 for you block again. Once I have a good thing, why change it? And I'm working with the Heartland 40 count Picture This Plus. I know it's only the frame, not a lot to see, but it's a fast stitch, and it's block stitching. You can just, once you get the count, you can just stitch it and sometimes not even look at the pattern because it's the same number, you know. It's meditative to stitch on this one. I was gonna stitch from Artsy Housewives. I was gonna stitch coffee and not everybody's stitching coffee and cream. The lady with the eggs, coffee and egg. I think I have that pattern too, but Geraldine was insisting that she needed to be stitched, so that's what we did. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring this one up, but I did. I have not worked that much this time, but because I'm doing 1/1, it usually slows me down. On Thomas, 1854. So I'm working this 1/1 area, and I'm trying to also work a little bit of the flower, a little bit of 1/1. And this is the portion of my stitching usually slows down, but once I conquer the 1/1 part, we are on business. On Thomas. So I only did this portion of the flower and the wording. The rest I already had it. It's one of my bigger ones and one of my older designs. There's not much left because I was not measuring. I was eyeballing. I would like look at the fabric, look at the pattern. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's good. The only mistake, I think it would have worked if I did 40 count. I did on 36 count, so that makes a difference. But I finished this first, so I could have left it as it is, but I do love these confetti roses. The sun just came up top of me from the sunroof, so on Hamas. I don't know if I'm gonna update every time unless I get very good progress, because right now it's just I can do a couple of stitches, then I get tired. I need a lot of good lighting for it. I don't know, you guys can see it? And I'm doing full crosses because it's DMC. I can do it, and it's 36 count. 36 counts 1/1 is way better than, I mean, easier than 40, plus DMC is thinner than the silk. This one is one of my older starts that I am going around and picking up, and this was Hana Hollow Farms. The farms of Hana Hollow. So I was stuck for a long time here because I want to change it to Underwood Family Farms, which is not a hard, it just the wording changed, but I skipped this because I didn't. So I worked on this one, and I thought I finished everything, except I realized I didn't finish this tiny barn background, which I'm gonna work again before I put aside. And I'm just gonna show this too because I have only the frames for the other one. And this is the only one that I'm doing this way because I was running out of the fabric. I'll show it on the side. So to save a little bit of space, instead of doing like one row for this block, one row for this one, I just did one only for this one, just to save a space and fit it in this fabric, because I purchased for this one, but I think, I don't know, maybe I didn't measure it right. It's a 40 count platinum 1/2 DMC, called for DMCs. The only thing I'm changing right now is people's faces. It was calling for 36, 38, 60 something. 30. It's a light cream, light off-white color. I chose to 948 for the people. The rest is all called for. I kind of thought these oranges were a little bit way too orangey, but once I put the green, it kind of calmed down the orange. So I'm gonna go as it is. I'm just gonna add the barn. Someday I'm gonna put this one, or I can jump around because I have all the blocks. So I might work a little bit more on this one, but after that I'm gonna put aside because I wanna work seasonal. I'm feeling the seasonal. And also end of the year, I don't know if everybody else is that way, I get the feeling that I wanna finish stuff. So I'm going through my pile, if it's the right way to say it, to see what I can pick up and finish it. So this was the one I was working on. I wanted this video to have it finished, but it did not work out that way. Northumberland Sampler House, IA 1812. And I am almost like, I even thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should delay the video, finish this one, then make the video, but that's silly. We'll just have to show it next video. I just have this tiny portion to do. And this was a little bit of a cumbersome for me because it has a lot of uneven stitches, like one over half stitch, or a lot of mistakes, and I specialized it on my own way too. I made my own mistakes. So, but general, I try to follow the pattern. It's beautiful. I love it. This girl filled in every single, like, she didn't leave anything, you know, open spaces. So there's not a lot of open spaces. She put motifs everywhere she could, even if it was uneven and stuff. So that's why it's like that. It's such a beautiful, unique design that when I saw, I think I saw another Flosstube stitch a while back, a couple of years ago. I think it was a stitch along. When I saw it, I was like, oh, it's beautiful. The only reason I didn't buy it at that time because I like booklet pattern and I don't like PDFs, which I purchased PDF. It's still available because I like to keep the pattern, and PDFs, like, you cannot resell it, doesn't have value. I don't know, that's why, because I cannot give it away, the PDF, or put it in my library, you know. It's a silly thing, but I'm a collector. I like to collect books, not cross-stitch, well, cross-stitch books too, but I love collecting books too, so I think it comes from that. So this one is almost a finish. What else we have? Worked on Let Love Rain, Teresa Cougar. I want to show the pattern again. For some reason, last time I thought I finished everything, but like when I picked up, I only had this part finished. So I worked on this area. It's a lot of stitching. It's beautiful, but it has a lot of stitching. It's from this book, Let Love Rain. I think I'm gonna stitch everything from this design. I love it. And I'm doing the old DMC version. I'm using Mayflower linen from Fox and Rabbits. And I'm almost done with my second row. I don't know how I'm gonna show later on, but for now, I worked over here, these 3 flowers, 3.5, and work my way to middle. So I need to repeat, after I finish the middle, I need to repeat this over here and the frame. So I'm hoping next session I can finish this whole row. Her design is such a beautiful design. You can just take this like one row and make a what you call it, drum. But I like the everything on it. I know it's a lot of stitching, but I love it. And I'm not in a rush. As you guys can see, I have a lot of cross stitch around, so I don't need it to frame it right away and stuff, so I'm okay if it takes a while for me to finish it. I finally start working on a red sampler. After I finished my Greek alphabet sampler, for a while I did not have a red sampler, so now I have this one, Needlework Press Lone Eagle sampler. And I'm working just a couple of strands a month. It will take me a while, but that's okay. And I'm working with a 40 count Tyco linen, picture this plus. And I'm working with, let me see, I'll show it like this. Overdyed, but there's also a classic color cherry cobbler, overdyed cotton, nope. I'm working with the silk, classic color work, silk, is it called for? I think it was. Belsoe Sister Scarlet. Oh, this is a beautiful floss. It's like more expensive one, but it's beautiful. So surely, slowly but surely, I might start another red sampler because I want from the red box, I have a couple of red samplers I'm really wanting to stitch. So I might have 2 red samplers in one point, which is okay, as long as I finish them. I'm trying also different kinds of red flosses to see which ones I like. Let's see. Another stitch along I am behind is on Johnson 1832 traditional stitches, right? Yeah, traditional stitches. I'm looking forward to this area. I'm working right now on this area. The fabric is the Cold 4 fabric. What is the name of it? 1 second, I'll check. Well, I'll show you guys. This is the sampler cross stitch laid to over 3. Only text has been design area and has been Paris. And a sampler uneven linen over present calculated. All right, I'm not seeing it. I'm using the DMCs. I ordered the fabric from them, but I'm not finding the fabric name. Usually back of the... Okay, it's a Tabby Cat one. I know that one. 46 count over dyed Tabby Cat linen, shade of Tikiri Boo. Finally, I figured out. It took me only a couple of videos. Okay, Tabby Cat Tikiri Boo. This is the area I worked on. The satin stitches are the reason I slowed down. Otherwise, I would have done more. It's such a unique, beautiful pattern. Once I get into it, I want to stitch more and more. But like this specialty one was kind of slowing me down. It's beautiful. And I'm also not used to stitching from top down. I'm used to stitching from bottom up. So for me, because the stitch along was from top down and I started it and I realized I'm never gonna catch up. Why did I do that? It was not part, so I have the whole pattern. I should have started from the bottom, which my other stitch alongs now I'm doing from bottom up. I'm used to stitching that way. It's easier for me when I go like this, because I stitch when I'm sitting down, I stitch like this. My stitches look good. But if I go from the top, I have to stitch like that, which I'm not used to because my crosses, I think I'm crossing the differently than most people. So if I go from the, like this is the top, right? If I go from here, the crosses, I have to little bit adjust, which I'm not used to. So if I go from here, I have to stitch up and down, from top down, then cross it. But when I stitch from here, I go bottom up, then top down. That's how I taught myself. That's how I'm used to it, for that reason. Okay, those are all my WIP finishes, which is not bad. Let me just show few more plants, then I'll let you guys go. And whoever wants to stay and see a couple of my old sampler finishes, I will show at the very end for people who are curious. Oh, actually, I have one more. I misspoke. I don't like to say that word. I worked on this one too. This was a start. John Lane, Autumn Montage. So this time around, I started my favorite corner. So when I'm stitching, this is this way, turn right. So it's on my right lower corner. It's easier for me to stitch. So I started from the very lower bottom and I did the hardest one. Autumn corn. Oh my God. It's a confetti. Yes, all these colors are one color. And everything I'm using called for except the fabric. Instead of 14 count Aida, I'm using 32 count vintage country mocha. And do you see all this back stitching? That makes the pattern stand out. Before I put the back stitching, it looked like a yellow blob over here. Once I put it, it looks like the leaves movement. It's all because of the back stitch. So if you don't like back stitching, at least with the this version, it's gonna be hard. But there's also the full coverage version, which doesn't have a back stitching. I understand it's all petite stitches, like Pancrete Crafts, Stitching Mommy. She's stitching it on it. I seen, who else? Brenda Handwork Maniac. She's been working on it. Who else? I know there are a lot of ladies. There's two groups who are working either full coverage version or the kit. Brenda is working the kit. Stitching Mommy is working the full coverage version. Both are amazing, beautiful. But yeah, I don't do full coverage, so that's why I chose the Geraldine version, because I do stitch kits. Okay, plans. Next month or two, I want to stitch on this one. Babushka's Blossom. Why am I saying beekeeper? There's no bees. I started on, what is it? This one is 36 count. I'm freezing. R&R linen, winter's broom, because last couple of months or year, I've been obsessing about the winter's broom. So you see something different. The pumpkin, it looks more variegated, it's more blacky. I chose this color on purpose. I do like it because this is not real. There's a house on a pumpkin, babushka standing on it. So I thought like make it very statementy, so I chose the orange, and I'm on purpose making such that they look blacky, and the lines, like the browns, they look unnatural, like more like a unreal, because the house is going to be on top of the pumpkin. And the orange I chose is from the All Force embroidery floss I had a pack. That's where I got that. And the rest I chose my own hand-dyed floss. I don't know if babushka's yellow. Yeah, I'm using something different too. So I'm using my own colors, 36 count, 1/2. The only thing I'm gonna change is, do you see this one is called for actually. I'm gonna take it out, and I wanna put darker color for this. So I'm gonna frag all of this part, and I'm gonna find my own colors. Even though it's the call for one, I don't like it on this fabric. Not sure what is the call for fabric, but it just disappeared my stitches. 36 count vintage exemplar is the called for one. So I do need to do a little bit of a fragging, but that's okay. I wanna like a couple shades darker. The same color family, but couple shades darker. Another one I have not worked yet this year is this one that I started it when I started my Flosstube channel, which is 2 years. And this is Mr. Bone Juggles. So what I started is 28 count, and I colored, dyed my own fabric. It's a big one, it's a seasonal, so I can only work during the season. So this is the season I'm gonna work on. 2/2 my own colors. You need black, white, and golden. So I don't need extra stuff. I just found the empty bag, project bag. I'm not sure which one it belongs to. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when I put things together. Sometimes they get mixed up. I have to find what those flowers belong to. So I started it this last season. Again, I'm seasonal stitcher. I work at Vintage Country Mocha. I chose 40 count. I'm hoping I can finish this one this time around. Let me see. The sun is starting to shine different way. So I believe I finished this part. And the only thing is called for, I think, his shirt color. Other than that, most is from my own stash. And this is called When Pumpkin Glow. I think it was released last year. Hopefully I'll work on that one. And another one that I'm planning to work on is Away We Ride. Very close to finish. I'm hoping this season. That's why I want to work on September too, because if I work only on samplers, then I have to work October, November goes by so fast. I need to work like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and winter. Doesn't give me enough time. So this is the one I have up to here. If you know the pattern, all I need is fill in the house and close the border. It's not a big pattern. All called for. The only, like over here, these two colors are too different, but they were very similar. So I had to do fussy cut for the floss to look, give the difference between the colors. All right, I do think those are the only ones I have or I want to show. Okay, I'm gonna show, because I'm running out of time. Well, I'll show you this one because a viewer asked. Eve, mother of all living things, but the pattern name is Eve only. And I stitched this on with the MPI silk, a 40 count Tycho, Tycho linen from Picture This Plus. And she usually stays behind me. A lot of people like that. I had this pattern for a long time and I restarted 3-4 times. Before I was doing an AIDA older count, didn't work. 18 count with DMC didn't work. Then I went to lower count 18, 1/8. Like I started like 4 times before 40 count MPI because the colors I could not match it. There are some patterns I can easily substitute, but this pattern did not let me substitute. Yeah, so it's Eve. I do like stitching Adam and Eve theme patterns. And this was asked by a viewer. All right, so all is left is a couple of old sampler-esque stuff that I have. I'm gonna show those. And I have shown all of them before. So if you're not interested, thank you. I will see you next time. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe. That makes the channel suggestion to other people, which is awesome. Other than that, thank you. I'll see you hopefully soon. And for the people who stuck around, we're just gonna go through Couple of my older sampler-esque sampler finishes. If I remember the stats, I will let you guys know. This is Lizzie Kate Life and 32 count witch linen. It came like a kit, so it's a kit. It used to come in CD cases. Lizzie Kate had a whole collection of CD cases, inspirational stuff. I do have the whole collection. I have not stitched it, but I do have it. One of these days I will be stitching them. This one is heartstring samplery. I'm going from the small to big. Coffee. I don't know, it's coffee something. I don't remember the thing. It's called for 40 count taiko. I want to do the whole set before I frame them. It's all called for flosses. All right, this one I put it with my samplers. It's a, I don't know if you can call it a sampler, just nan. What is it called? Starry Evening Star with the silks. This one is Hands Across the Sea samplers, Alice and Tippett. With the DMC 40 count linen, DMC floss, called for DMCs. This one is Hands Across the Sea sampler, and our shared shared something. It is available. I use DMC called for and 40 count linen. Let's see. This is just nan motif mustic motif, one or the other. I finished it beginning of this year, springtime. It was in my pile for longest period of time. Let me see if it shows. So yeah, I'm going fast because I shown all of them before. Those are all my samplers that are finished but not fully finished, which is not a lot. This is Hands Across the Sea samplers, Mary Snow. Called for DMC floss. I finished her last year. This one is With Thy Needle and Thread, Hannah Ann Wallace's, and it's worked on 32 count linen. I'll show it like this. I just want to point out over here, this is cut off of the pattern. And it's all 101. This gave me a hard time, like this part of the pattern was in one page, this one another. This part is 1/1, but it's on 32. 1/1 and 1/1. It is stitched on 32, so it's not as hard as like if I did it on 40 count. It's beautiful. I do need to frame this. Then again, if I frame everything, I won't have a wall space. There's also that. This one is Elizabeth Isles with the scarlet letter. I tend to always mix up Scarlet House and Scarlet Letter. I apologize if I said the wrong one. I don't mean to, but this is Scarlet Letter. I finished it recently, this one. And I do remember people, thank goodness, they told me I did not finish here and I missed this heart after I showed them. So sometimes it helps. I can always go back and fix it. If it's framed, don't tell me because I don't know what to do with that. Okay, and the last one that is finished but not framed is Brenda Key's Sweet Humility. And it's stitched on 32 count Belfast linen. Cream. Off-white or, no, off-white. Sorry, it's off-white. Or cream. It's cream. Off-white is lighter color. It's cream. And it's all called for DMCs. Okay, so this is all I'm gonna share today. 1 hour mark. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Please share, like, subscribe. It makes me happy, makes me motivated to do more videos. I'm hoping we'll do more videos. Next time I want to do the Halloween if I can make it, or spring, no, not spring, autumn/Halloween. And I'm gonna, until end of the year, I'm gonna try to see if I can finish. I'm gonna go look around my pile, see if I have anything close to finish. Like this one is very close to finish. I do want to finish this one, and I'll find a couple of them. It's fun to end of the year to have all finishes. So next new year, new starts. My WIP is not gonna go down, but it's fun to have different ones. And I'm also, I think one other thing I'm gonna work on is the oldest sampler is the Armenian alphabet. I do want to finish that one because it's been with me forever. So those are the stuff I'm planning to work on. Other than that, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.